achieved.
All right, welcome to Studio Day Heffrey, where I just finished listening to Jerry Jones on with the KNC Masterpiece on 105.3 The Fan, and I've never heard him that hot. My man is hot. And he also said, I understand. The guy who's ultimately responsible is the GM, and he wants the blame, and you got it, Jerry. Jerry Jones is throwing away a Cowboys season right now. He's doing that. And I'm trying real hard to come up with the reason why. Because there's one narrative that's not real about the Cowboys, where it's like, oh, Jerry doesn't care about winning. He's just happy being rich. I mean, he pretty much cussed out the KNC Masterpiece this morning because he's really upset that they're not playing well. Jerry's mad. He'd like to win. Here's my problem. I also listened to him lay out the case of exactly why he has to fire Jason Garrett, like right this second. That's what he has to do. He made the case himself. We'll play it today on the show when I get to work. He talked about how I've seen it before. I've seen this team play well. We've got all this talent. We've got all this and blah, 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 blah. And the case he made was we're undercoached. That's the entire case that he made. Yet he's going to stand by Jason Garrett till the end of the year. The only interesting thing I got from what Jerry said this morning is when he said, I'll say BS, even though I think on the internet I could cuss. But he dropped the BS word a couple of times talking about how he said, do you guys understand BS? And what he was talking about in that moment was tampering and how he's not allowed to tamper. If he had a plan to do something different, it's not like he could necessarily do it right this second. And it's not like he could necessarily talk about it because there are rules for tampering. Whether it's, I guess, players or coaches or whatever. So maybe he has a plan to talk to offensive or defensive coordinators or head coaches of another staff, and he can't do it in season, and that's cool. But, Jerry, here's how you're throwing away a season no matter all of that stuff. No matter. I don't care. Your team, if you're right, and I question it now, but if you're right and your team's talented enough to do anything in the postseason, you're not going to give them a chance. Because you're leaving status quo. You're leaving the leader of the team being a guy that entire locker room knows is dead man walking. They know it. That's not the leader of their team. It can't be because they know he's gone. It doesn't work anymore. It won't work anymore. If everybody knows that a guy is gone, just have him be gone. The Panthers did it right. If they know there's going to be a coaching search and they know this guy's not the leader of the team, Ron Rivera, sorry, we're going to be very upfront with you. We're going to give you an opportunity to go look, and we're going to move on, and we're going to do it the right way. The Cowboys aren't doing that, and the idea that it's because of tampering is a terrible idea. Like, it's stupid. What you have to do, we're not talking about which assistant coach has earned the right to be the interim head coach. I don't care. You could make Keith O'Quinn the interim head coach. The team will not play worse. They can't play worse than this. If you have even decent talent, right now, the Cowboys are playing as a team that has awful talent. Your leadership, your ability to prepare throughout the week, it's been garbage. Otherwise, you'd play decent football. What you do on Sunday, or in this case on Thursday, is a direct reflection of how you prepared for the week. So your leader is lame duck, dead man walking. The whole team knows it, and yet you're going to let him run out the string and look us in the eye, or the radio eye, and tell us that, well, nobody else gives us a better chance to win than Jason Garrett. To use your own words, I don't want to cuss on the internet because I don't know the rules. But BS, dude. BS. Anyone else on that staff gives you a better chance to win because all it does is, boom, declutter the broken leadership tangle at the top where the head coach is not the OC. He's got an offensive background, but you, the GM, gave him a new OC, which, hey, I supported that. But, hey, you gave him a new OC that he didn't want. You fired the guy that he did want. You've got these defensive coordinators that people are talking about as a head coach. Troy Aikman's talking about how this defense shows you exactly what they're going to do on every play. Everything about this is a freaking train wreck, except maybe the talent on the field. So it doesn't matter who it would be. Has Chris Richard earned the right to be an interim head coach? No. His defense is playing like trash. Rod Marinelli, have you earned the right to be the interim head coach? No. Your defense is playing like trash. Kellen Moore, have you earned the right? I don't know. You're brand new to the NFL, but at least the offense plays okay. So ultimately, I don't care. I don't care who it is. But the idea that you're maybe afraid that whoever it is could actually jumpstart the team, I know your words say that Jason Garrett has the best chance to get this going. But the actual evidence on the field says that literally anyone else that's a coach on this team has a chance to get it on track. And maybe you're scared that that person will get it on track and it'll ruin your great plan to bring in some new head coach. Well, if that's the case, then what you're really doing is intentionally throwing away a season where, this is the only time I'll say this, you are in first place, you probably will play in the postseason, and you're going to throw away the opportunity to have any chance to do anything so that you can secure what? A clean hiring process? Heaven forbid that somebody else jumpstart this thing and you get to the end of the year and you go, well, some of the fans are going to want that guy to be the head coach, and you'll be scared that, oh my God, if I make him the head coach, it'll be the Freddie Kitchens thing where he's not really a good head coach. He was just a different voice that was able to get this thing going temporarily. God forbid you have a decision to make on which coach to hire when you think you have multiple good candidates, and heaven forbid that you give your team a chance to win before you get to that point. Anybody but Garrett is what it needs to be right now. Anybody but Garrett. But Jerry said it. The guy who ultimately gets the blame for this is the guy who hires the coaches and the guy who puts the talent on the field, and that's Jerry Jones. He knows it. He understands it. And so, Jerry, this is your fault. The coach who's still here, this is your fault. The fact that you won't give this team a chance by getting a new voice at the top of it and decluttering the leadership triangle at the top, your fault. It's you that's throwing away an opportunity when you're in first place. No, I know they're not a contender. First place because it's the worst division maybe in the history of the league, but it's where you are. And you won't give them a chance because you want a clean hiring process. It's absurd. The fact that Jason Garrett is here is embarrassing, and this team has no chance. So, Jerry, do something about it. In the comments, leave your choice for the next Cowboys head coach. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and make sure you check 1053thefan.com every day. I love you guys.